to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Today, Saturday the 14th of October. No real Celtic news cropping up over the last 24 hours, other than several reports of good performances by current Celtic players and also a couple of ex-Celtic players as well. Also managed to get hold of video footage of one of our players scoring yesterday on international duty. Before we crack on with the actual video, as always, please do consider clicking the subscribe button, click the like button for the video. All completely free of charge, no obligations to keep on watching the videos, but it does allow you access to these videos and does give you notification when new videos crop up, and also YouTube then also recommends other videos for you to watch linked to the topics of my videos. Believe you me, the sight that there's another subscriber to the channel really does cheer me up each morning, and so please do keep on clicking that subscribe button to boost the numbers. So, cracking on with the video, several Celtic players on full international duty yesterday, and a few players also on under 21 duty in the UEFA Under 21 qualifiers. Starting with full internationals, three of our players were involved in the Japan against Canada match, with Alistair Johnston starting for Canada. Canada lost the game 4-1, with Alistair Johnston playing around 80 minutes and managing to get himself booked, and also seems to have been involved in a potentially fairly nasty foul that caused one of Japan's star players to go off after 60 minutes to be replaced by Kyogo Hatate, who finished off the game for the last 30 odd minutes for Japan. And also Kyogo came on shortly after as a second half substitute. Both Hatate and Kyogo played well without managing to get on the score sheet. Kyogo and Hatate have a further game against Tunisia, but Alistair Johnston is making his way back to Celtic for training next week. And it would appear all three have got through the match unscathed, and happily Alistair Johnston managed not to injure Hatate or Kyogo, which would have been rather unfortunate and embarrassing for him. Our South Korean striker O remained on the bench for South Korea's 4-0 victory over Tunisia, but hopefully he gets a chance in the next South Korean match. Yang was not called up for this squad and has remained at Celtic for training during the international break. Happily, Liam Scales made his debut for Republic of Ireland, playing rather oddly at left wing back. He did have a couple of involvements with chances against Greece, but in the end Republic of Ireland lost 2-0, with one of our ex-players, Giorgio Giamakis, scoring the first goal for Greece, and kind of reminding us what we're missing with him having been transferred at the start of this year. I think it's unfortunate that Giacomakis left us, and O has not been really the replacement as yet for Giacomakis, but I think Giacomakis was unwilling to remain as backup and sub to Kyogo, and so I think it was the right decision to let him go, as unfortunate as it has been, as I think we are a weaker side and a weaker squad without him. Mikey Johnson came on also for Republic of Ireland as a second half sub, but did not appear to be a particularly of note performance. Ireland have a further game against Gibraltar, which hopefully should see Scales making a second cap. Hopefully this time in central defence, which does appear to be his better position. And it may well be that Mikey Johnston this time makes a start in Ireland's next match in the qualifiers against Gibraltar. There were also several other players involved with under 21 duty, with Bosun Lawal playing in Republic of Ireland's 2-1 win against Latvia. The other Celtic players who are currently away on loan, such as Kenny, did not start, and Rocavata was not even on the bench this time. There were a couple of Celtic players involved in the Scotland under-21 3-1 victory over Hungary, with Matthew Anderson starting at left back and Ben McPherson coming on as a second half sub. Morrison, the ex-Celtic player now at Bayern Munich, that we lost to a minor compensation fee, sadly, a couple of years ago, started in central defence, but the star player, yet again for the under-21 side, was Ben Doak, who is 17 and currently involved with the Liverpool first team squad. And Doak scored the third goal from the penalty spot and is rumoured to be about to be called up for Scotland's friendly against France at full level next Tuesday. And for me, it's an absolute tragedy that Celtic let him go, as Ange Postecoglou did not appear particularly keen to bring in young players into his squad and into his first team reckoning, which is part of the reason that we lost Morrison, Doak and Karamoko Dembele, all of whom I think would have been good players to have in Celtic's squad and would have been very useful with all the UEFA coefficients and quotas, etc., currently for European Cup football. Finally, in terms of the under-21 games, Paulo Bernardo was one of the star players in Portugal under-21 6-1 victory over Belarus, being heavily involved in central and attacking midfield roles, and scored the fourth goal of 6 yesterday. And I have included the video of the goal to follow this. The full highlights package of the Portugal 6-1 match is available on YouTube. If you want to watch the whole game, there's about 15 minutes in the highlights package, which shows Paulo Bernardo's further involvement. However, he seemed to be heavily involved with much of Portugal's best play, and his very calm, right-footed finish from the edge of the box is quite typical of the goals and performances that he has had in the past at this level, and also playing for Benfica and on loan in the Portuguese leagues, and does look the kind of player that Celtic can really do with, able to mix it in midfield, create chances, spread the ball wide, pass through the defence, and also, as you can see, is very handy at scoring goals coming into the box. And I do feel that if he's given further time, maybe taking over the role that David Turnbull has had for the last couple of years, of being the midfielder coming on for the last 20-30 minutes. I think that could well be Bernardo's role for this season, and then we can then buy him in the summer fully from Benfica, and then develop him further and further into a more complete player to work alongside Hatate and O'Reilly and McGregor and Thiago home. And I think if we can keep hold of all those players, or at least most of them, I think Celtic could have a very, very good rotation of midfielders able to play different styles and different roles, all of whom are capable of creating and scoring goals. And I really do look forward to the next few months, where hopefully Rodgers will give Bernardo more and more chance to show his skills. Only one Celtic player appears to be on international duty today, Saturday, which is CCV, who will be playing against Germany in a friendly at 8 o'clock this evening. Unsure whether CCV will start for America, but either way, hopefully he gets through the game injury-free and is back fully fit and rested for next weekend's fixtures against Hearts, then the big game at Celtic Park against Atletico Madrid, followed by Hibs in 2 weeks' time. So hopefully enjoy the little highlight reel goal highlights of Bernardo's goal yesterday. And so for today, thank you for listening, thank you for watching, goodbye, and as always, hail, hail.